I gotta make him not like me no more so that he can break up with me and I don't have to break up with him. And so that way he not gonna want to K himself no more. I thought I was cooking, y'all. And hey y'all, welcome back. It's Yin. Welcome to Yinn's universe. Today I'm gonna be telling a story time about how I was talking to this guy and he told me that he was going to, can I say that? He told me that he was going to eliminate himself if I broke up with him. All right, so this story time, I feel like my bracelets might be annoying. So yes. All right, so this takes place back in when I was in high school. So I used to be best friends with this girl. We were best friends since middle school, and we met on the track team in middle school, but this is our freshman year. So me and the girl, we're gonna call her Joe. So me and Joe, like, we used to always be together. Like, you see her, you see me, you see us, you know what I mean? So yeah, so me and Joe, one day, we just walk in the halls as usual. So these guys had came up to us and they're just like, oh, hey, you know, what's up with y'all? Like, we be seeing y'all walking through the halls and stuff like that. Like, what's your name? So the taller one was talking to me. Of course, I'm the taller friend or whatever. The other one talking to him. The other one's talking to Joe. And they were older than us. So they had to be like a grade or two older than us. If we're 14, they had to be like 15 or 16. So yeah, we talking, you know, we exchange numbers and stuff like that. And then me and the dude start talking back and forth. And I'm like, ooh, older dude, you know, like, because at this point, I've only talked to people that's like in my grade, my same age or whatever. We just gonna call him Silence. And yeah, we just gonna call him Silence. So yeah, and he was kind of quiet too. So it kind of fits. But yeah, so me and Silence start talking back and forth, you know, we're getting to know each other and stuff like that. And, you know, he would walk me to my classes. Now, one of my class was chorus class. I don't know how other people chorus class was, but like, well, a lot of elective classes I feel like used to be like hella chill because he wasn't even in that class with me, but he would come in there like, and we would just be sitting there talking and stuff, kissing, whatever. Like, we would go to the cut in the hallway, be kissing, you know, stuff like that. But I was too scared to really do much out of that scope of like just kissing and just, you know, little regular stuff like that. And Silence, he just like, one day we talking and he's like, yeah, I just got in with the Bloods or whatever. But don't worry, you safe with me. Like, you gonna be safe with me. And I'm like, well, I wasn't thinking that I wasn't gonna be safe up until you said that. Now, do I have to worry? I'm like, so what do you mean that I'm safe? So like, somebody might try to like do something to you, and then if they can't get to you, they're gonna try to get to me. Like, now I'm thinking crazy, bro. I used to think so crazy. I'm like, are they gonna try to kidnap me and try to put some ransom money or something? This is the type of stuff that I'm thinking, right? But he like, nah, like, you good with me. So I'm like, oh wow, like, he's a gangbanger. I got me an older dude and he's a gangbanger. Oh. But yeah, so we keep talking and stuff like that, and now we're talking like every day. And he would like meet me at my classes, and he would carry my books and stuff like that, you know. Aww. Cute little stuff that guys would do. And now we like holding hands in the hallway and stuff. And then I feel like everybody has had that one nosy teacher or that teacher that be like really cool with the students. So one day he had walked me to my class and she's like, who is that girl? And I'm like, that's my boyfriend. And she like, okay, I see you, girl. And so yeah, he used to come in and walk me into class and stuff every day. So one day, it's the weekend time. Now, me and Joe used to talk on the phone like all the time. It kind of slowed down once we got to high school or whatever, but we used to talk on the phone all the time. And one day she was like, her and her sister was about to go to the mall. My parents never let me do that. So if I could have, I probably would have went to the mall with her. So yeah, she told me she was about to go to the mall, and you know, she's at the mall and stuff like that. So she's not really talking to me. Later on in the day, she randomly texts me like, oh my God, girl, like, call me. And I'm like, what happened? And so we get on the phone and she was like, tell me why I seen Silence and his brother at the mall, and they was with some girls. like, oh, no, my Shayla. So now I'm texting him and I'm just like, so what was you doing today? And he's like, oh, nothing, you know, me and my brother, we had went to the mall, we got some food, we was looking at clothes or whatever. I actually seen something up in there that you would like. And I was like, yeah, Anyway, so like you was with some girls today? And he was like, what you talking about? Like, then his replies started getting slower and slower. I guess he was trying to like think about what he wanted to say. And I was like, yeah, Joe told me that she seen you and your brother at the mall today and y'all was up in there with some girls. And he's like, nah, like I wasn't with nobody, like, nah. And I was like, yes, you was, you're lying. And I was like, you know what, just don't even worry about me no more. Like, we don't have to talk no more. I don't want to be with you no more. Bye. And then he's like begging me, he's like, no, please, like, don't do this. Like, it's, you know, like we can work this out and, you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, nah, I just really don't want to talk to you no more. And so we would talk on Kick because my parents was nosy as fuck. I had Verizon. They would literally like go to Verizon and look at my messages. If y'all had strict parents or controlling parents, then yeah, you know, Verizon and T-Mobile, you can go get the whole message history. So yeah, anyway, so he said that and I told him like, nah, I'm good. And we on Kick, right? Bruh, I get back on Kick maybe like 30 minutes to an hour later. This man changed his Kick profile picture to a picture of him with a blick to his head, like literally just a picture of a blick to his head, like this, like with his eyes closed. And he changed his Kick name to K myself, but like the actual word, but he changed his Kick name to K myself. And I'm getting scared now. This is the first time anybody ever said that to me. This is the first time anybody ever like said or did something like that before. And he told me, like, he messaged me again and he was like, yeah, if you break up with me, I'ma K myself. So I'm scared now because I don't really want to be with him no more at this point, like, you know. And he was just like, yeah, if you do this, I'ma K myself. And you see, I got a real blick and I'ma really do it. And so now I'm thinking like, dang, like I gotta stay with him or I'm gonna be the reason why he K's himself. So now it's just awkward, but we're still talking. And I'm telling my friend Joe, I'm like, girl, look at this. Like, I took a screenshot and I sent it to her. I'm like, look at this. I'm like, this man is crazy. He said he's gonna K himself. And she's like, oh, well, I broke up with whatever brother. I broke up with brother and brother, he just didn't really care. And I'm like, nah, but this man is crazy. And she's like, yeah, that is crazy. Like, I can't believe that he did that. And I'm like, I can't believe it either. And I'm like, I really don't want to be with him no more. And so now I'm like trying to think of a way like how I can still break up with him, but him not K himself. And so I'm scared and I'm like, bro, if I don't be nice to this man, like if I have an attitude with him, is he like gonna use that as a reason to go K himself too? And so we get back to school and stuff like that, you know. He wasn't at school that day that I had got back, but that same teacher that I told y'all was like, oh girl, like who is that, blah, blah, blah. I told her and I showed her the picture and she gave me some bad advice, y'all. I said, look at what he did. I found out he was cheating on me this weekend and and he said he was gonna K himself. And she was like, girl, that man ain't gonna K himself. And I was like, but look, he has a picture with a blick, like he's really gonna do it. And she was like, he's definitely probably not gonna do it. And she said, you know what, when people say that they gonna K themselves, if you don't do something that they want, just tell them to go ahead and do it. Y'all, this lady really told me to tell him to go ahead and do it. And I'm like, I can't tell him that. Like, if he does it, I'm gonna feel so bad. And she was like, he not gonna K himself. Like, you don't even have to worry about that. But I'm really in my mind like, bro, like you don't see that he has this blick and he changed his picture to K himself. Like, you don't see this? And she was like, you're gonna be fine. And I was just in my mind like, this lady really don't understand. But now that I'm older, I've done had so many guys tell me they was gonna kill themselves if I broke up with them. Like, I've had this happen to me multiple times at this point now. So she probably was coming from that area. But at this time, this is my first time ever experiencing this. And he put the picture and he changed his kick name. So I'm like, bruh. I'm like, no, like, I really have to. So now I'm in my mind like, what can I do? What can I do to make this man? I'm like, he got to break up with me then. I was like, I got to make him not like me no more so that he can break up with me and I don't have to break up with him. And so that way he not going to want to K himself no more. I thought I was cooking, y'all. And I'm like, so what can I do? And I was like, well, he cheated on me and that's what made me want to break up with him. So now I have to cheat on him to make him want to break up with me. Y'all, what if he really genuinely was going to K himself? And what if that made him want to do it even more? But I'm not thinking that. All I'm thinking is I got to make him break up with me, y'all. I'm like 14 or 15, so whatever. Yeah, so at this point, I'm like, okay, so who can I cheat on him with? And there was this dude, there was plenty of like people that like had a little crush on me or like would flirt with me or whatever. But there was this dude in gym class, and the dude in gym class, he used to flirt with me every day. Well, he used to flirt with other girls too. He was kind of a little thought pocket, but he used to flirt with me like all the time. And I'm like, you know what? That's an easy target. I'm gonna pick him. So gym class come around or whatever, and we're gonna call him, let's call him Joseph. So Joseph, I start talking to him or whatever, and you know, I'm showing interest and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I have a boyfriend. I just want to let you know. He's like, I don't care about that. Y'all know he did not care about nothing about that. So we exchange information. We start texting back and forth, and he was talking to me on some like real like sexual stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not really experienced in that avenue. And I'm like, well, I guess we can try something. Like we can try like, you know, whatever. And he's like, all right, bet. Then I'm gonna see you at the school tomorrow, shawty, or whatever he said. And so yeah, we just talking back and forth, texting and stuff like that, flirting. So he we get after school. I'm nervous, right? But I'm like, I want him to, I had a whole plan, y'all. I had a whole plan. So I'm nervous or whatever, right? And finally after school comes, I had been nervous all day, like, oh my God, like, and I'm also thinking like, I don't even really like him. I'm just trying to use him so that I don't, y'all, why was my mind thinking this? Like, how did my mind get to, okay, I gotta do this with this other man so that this man, like, how did my mind get to that? It don't matter either way. So yeah, so we get to after school and we go to like this little area in the cut. First of all, it was like 2 different cuts in the school where people would go to like do crazy stuff. Somebody actually like did it in the cut and got caught. I'm pretty sure they wasn't the first person, but they wound up cutting that cut off after a while, because that one was like really in the cut. There was no cameras over there and nothing like that. The only thing is if somebody came through them doors. This was like over back by the gym. If you went to my high school, you know exactly what cut I'm talking about. But this cut was like closer in the front, but it was after school, so it wasn't a whole bunch of people there, just probably like people that was in sports or band or something. What was I doing after school that day? I probably had either some sport to do or something, because what did I tell my parents? I don't know, y'all. I had really strict parents. I wasn't a bad kid though. This was just like, I don't know how my brain came up with this, y'all. Probably I was just so scared. Anyway, so yeah, it's after school, and then we get to, like, we walk to the little area or whatever. I'm like, looking back, I'm like, I don't want nobody to see me. First of all, I didn't want nobody to see me with him, because he was just like I said, he was the dude that everybody would flirt with, but nobody really ever wanted to take serious. So yeah, anyway, so we get back to that little cut or whatever, and he just looking at me, Y'all, whenever I used to talk to a guy and we would get like alone or whatever, I had so much anxiety that I would literally be like shaking, like physically like shaking. And I used to be so embarrassed by it, like, but probably that should have told you, girl, you don't need to be doing whatever, you too scared. I used to physically be shaking, like I was so scared that I would be shaking. And so like he's like trying to like hold me and stuff, like getting ready to kiss me and whatever, and I'm like literally sitting there shaking, and he's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good, yeah. And then like we started kissing or whatever, and it calmed me down just a little bit, but like I was scared for him to like put his hands like down there, you know, but he did, and I'm still shaking. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And so like he probably got maybe a little 1-2 or whatever, and then I was ready to go. I was like, mission accomplished. I did what I needed to do, right? So now I get home, texting him about it or whatever, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry that I was shaking. He's like, it's okay, I kind of like that. Why do you kind of like that? Anyways, so now this is what my actual plan was. I was like, I want him to get my phone and I want him to go through the messages and see the messages. So he would always come see me. Silence would always come see me every morning, because at my school, like the school didn't start till 7:30, but my bus would drop me off at like 6:50, y'all. I used to have to catch the bus at 6:15 in the morning. It would go pick up everybody. It would drop us all off, and we would be like just there from 6:50 to 7:30. So in the morning time, that was when like a lot of just different stuff would happen. People would be like in the hallway. That's when you would see people come in and like you like looking at their outfits and stuff, and that's when you could tell like who the couples were. So like, yeah, you would just be there in the morning waiting for all the buses and stuff to drop everybody off and for school to actually start. So yeah, we standing there or whatever, me and him. I don't even know where Joe was at this time. She probably was so mad she didn't even want to be around him. She probably wasn't mad because she probably had already found somebody else. You know how it is in high school. Anyway, so we standing there and I'm on my phone. I'm like, I want him to see my phone. So I pretended like I needed to tie my shoe or like bend down or something. And I had my phone, but I had it open. And I'm like, can you hold my phone? And he held my phone. I bent down to tie my shoe. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna go through my phone. He's gonna go through my phone. So I'm like pretending like I'm like, it's taking a long time to tie my shoe. This man did not go through my phone. And I'm like, he probably didn't go through my phone because he didn't want me to be like, oh, you going through my phone? Well, let me go through your phone. But I wasn't even gonna do all that, player, because I already know how you get down. I already see how you get down. So I don't even need to go through your phone. But yeah, so I get up and he like, yep, here's your phone back on. Hope your shoe is tied good. I'm just playing. He didn't talk like that. But yeah, I'm like, damn, he didn't go through my phone. Like, so what am I supposed to do now? Like, how am I gonna end this? And so now I'm just sad. I'm like, dang, I did all this with this other boy that I don't even like, and now you won't even like look through my phone. And so I'm like, no, I gotta try to get him to go through my phone again. So you know how I told you that he would come see me in like the chorus class or whatever, right? So he came, which was probably like my second or third period. So he came to my chorus class and we just sitting on the floor like how we usually do. And I do the same thing. I leave my phone unlocked and I just kind of like leave it beside me, and I'm pretending like to talk to other people or whatever like that. He would not pick up my phone. He would not pick up my phone. And so then, you know how like in high school, people used to switch phones for the day? I don't know why we used to do that. And I got a good fucking story time about how I switched phones with a dude one day. I got a good story time about that. But yeah, so he just wouldn't go through my phone. So at this point, I'm like, hey, like, do you want to switch phones today? And he's like, no, I don't really want to switch my phone or anything like that. Like, I need my phone. My mom, like, she'd be calling me sometimes randomly during the day and, you know, whoop. And I'm like, all right. You want to see my phone? He's like, nah, I'm good. Like, you know, I'm good. So I'm like, fuck. Like, Like, how is he gonna read the messages so he can know that I was cheating on him? I'm like, he ain't gonna never find out that I was cheating on him. Damn. So I get home, and I feel like he could tell the vibe was off because I wasn't being like lovey-dovey how I used to be, like lovey-dovey. I get home and I'm just like, bro, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of feeling stressed. I'm tired of feeling like I'm responsible for this man's life. And I just wound up texting him, and I was like, hey, like, I just don't really think that I could do this anymore. Like, I just really don't want to be with you no more. And he just was like, okay, I understand. And then that was the end of it. I don't know if he wound up switching schools or whatever. Like I said, he was a grade or two older than me. I think he was 2 grades older than me, actually, because maybe he graduated or maybe he switched schools, because after that, I might have saw him maybe a couple times for like a month or 2. But after that, I never really saw him again. So yeah, I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, that was the story time about how this dude was cheating on me, and I found out, and he told me he was gonna K himself if I broke up with him. But yeah, I will put all my socials right here so y'all can follow me on everything, and go back and look at that story time that I posted the other day that only got 4 views. Yeah, go back and look at that story time because it's a good one. But yeah, so I will be back, and this is Yinn's Universe, and I am out. Oh yeah, y'all have a good day or night whenever you're watching this. Have a good day.